Hello everyone, welcome to Nubo Creative Tutorials. Today we have a new motion graphics tutorial in our series and I will show you how to create an elegant glossy edge logo reveal in Adobe After Effects without using any third-party plugins. So create your composition and let's get started. So after create your composition, make sure to drop a logo to work with in your comp. And as you see here, I have a background as well. So this is animated background, straightforward to create just from black to a color here to reveal it. And make sure on the logo comp is actually bigger than the main one you're working on. As you see here, I have 1080 comp. And so now we're going to make animation to this. So let's turn this to 3D and hit B to reveal position. And we're going to create keyframe here. And then let's put these just close to the camera and around 8 seconds. We want that to be into place, maybe here, and we're going to hit F9 to ease these keyframes. So let's preview how this looks like. Very simple and straightforward. So now let's pre-compose this and rename this to logo animation and hit OK. And we want to make this look interesting, so I'm going to apply CC class effects and it's going to look weird here as you see. So let's do a few adjustments here. We need none on pemp map and zero out here all these properties. And on shading, we're going to zero out ambient light and diffuse light, and all light here going to use effect light and change type to point light. So now we have control of this point light. And idea here is to animate the light position and light height. So let's do that. So we're going to add a keyframes here and put these on the side, and on 8 seconds we want that to get into place. And so the height, basically we want it to be just around, well, 70, and we want it to start at 0. Let's reveal these keyframes. So we're going to have something like this. And basically we want to get rid of the logo colors here. So on male, I'm going to put that to 0. So it's going to give us this nice grayscale color. And so that's all what we need for now. And so maybe here the light, when it hit around 5 seconds and the background is almost bright, maybe we need to do a few adjustments here to the light position. Let's ease this. And here for the light position, maybe we want it to be just closer there. Okay, so now we are going to pre-compose this and going to rename this to soft light. And then I'm going to reveal these in source projects and then Control D to duplicate it, and let's rename this to hard light and then drop it here. So on the hard light, we're going to do different looking for these logo here. And so before we create the hard light, we need to make first map for it. So I'm going to drop here a logo animation. So to not confuse you, this one is actually applied CC effect to it. Okay, so let's actually just delete it here. And so on logo animation, I'm going to apply find edges and put that to 50% just to blend this. And I'm going to make it black and white. And let's pre-compose this to find edges and hit OK. And then I'm going to apply brightness to control the brightness of this. So here it depends on the logo. The logo would change depending on the colors on the logo you have. And I'm going to apply inverts again here just in case we need to invert the colors or mix that together. We will see that when we create the logo how much this affects the whole look. So now we're going to pre-compose this again, and let's rename this logo map and hit OK. And then I'm going to add here the logo animation again to this, and we're going to use this as a Luma matte. So here we have some transparency here. So on logo animation, I'm going to apply fill, and let's make this fill white. So we're going basically to get something like this, and let's pre-compose this again, and let's rename it to logo map animation, so it have its own animation as well. And then let's now add the logo animation and apply CC glass effect. So now this map we're going to use here logo map animation, and so now let's zero out displacement, and here we need to change that to alpha, and you would see what's happening there. So we're going to put that to 10 and height to 10. So take effect. If we put that to higher values, you would see what's happening there. So just going to put that even to just 10 for now. And so what we need to do here is the same, zero out the ambient light and diffuse light, and also the metal. So now we get, and make sure to put specular light to 100. So we get these effects, and we're going to change the light to point light. So now we can here affect the logo as you see here. So here we're going to animate these light as well. So here I'm going to animate the light position and light height. So here I'm going to create this mask here, so just the path where we want that animation to be. So here hit M to reveal mask, and let's copy these, Control C, and then just delete these mask. And let's create a keyframe for position here, and U to reveal it, and Control V to paste this, and just move the last keyframe to 8 seconds. So now you would see like the point is animating there, and you can't see much because we need to do a few adjustments here to the height as well. Basically need to get rid of the logo animation map, turn the visibility off. So now let's make keyframe to the light height. Let's put that to 0, and at the end we want that to be maybe around there, and going to make sure it's going to hold for a while, between 3 seconds and maybe 6 seconds. So it's going to be, the height is going to be 50 in these 2 keyframes, and then start animating. And we're going to do a few adjustments to the light height and roughness as well. So let's preview and see how this looks like. Well, this is how it looks like. Look pretty cool. So now we're going to back to our comp here, and we're going to make another duplicate here for this hard light, Control D, and drop it here on the comp. So the second copy of this, we want to have a different animation here. So we're going to put these below here, and maybe here the height needs to be just for now. So to animate the light position, we want it to go from there to right here, and the light height right there, we want it to be just maybe around 30, and at 0 we want that to start from 0. And also we're going to animate light intensity, so maybe going to animate that from 10. So right here we want this to be at 50, and this at 100. So it depends on how we want this to look. And then I'm going to copy these two keyframes and just paste them around here. So it's going to hold for a while, and then just do a few adjustments until we get the look we are looking for. And maybe also we can actually animate the roughness. So maybe when it gets there, we want it to just keep just in this area. So let's preview and see how this looks like. Okay, that's look pretty cool. So let's easy all these keyframes, and then here we're going to pre-compose these hard lights. So let's pre-compose them and then open it. So we want that the top one to be on add, so it's add the details there. We can keep going on adding multiple hard lights on this. And so now here going to put these to add as well. So basically this is the hard light on top of the soft light, and we want this soft light to get the colors back. So here we want to basically animate in here these metals. So we want that just when it gets there, like the point light gets closer, we want that to get into 80. So let's ease these keyframes. So when it start getting closer, it gets the colors back here. And maybe we can adjust here the roughness and put specular to 100. You 0.3, it's too much, so just something like this. So let's preview this whole thing here and see how it looks like. So as you see, this looks pretty cool. So now we need to do a few things to make it looking good. You can add, for example, here we have the highlight from this side. You can add another highlight from the other side. So now let's basically add a shadow to this. So I'm going to drop here the logo animation. So basically, yes, it needs to be on top of the background. And let's add drop shadow to this. And so now on this drop shadow here, we're going to put this to shadow only and just give it some softness. just maybe like that. And then we're going to rename this to shadow, logo shadow, Control D to duplicate these. And for this one, we're going to apply radial, CC radial fast blur. And let's solo this so to see what's going on. So here we want to add the zoom effects. So we're going to animate these as well. So from here, animating the center around 9 or 8 seconds, we want that to get into place. So it add depth to the logo and the whole thing, as you see here. And now we're going to duplicate this hard light, Control D, and we're going to apply directional blur to it. So now we can add blur length and change the direction of the blur. So we're going to get a very nice effect, as you see here. So let's add keyframes here, hit U to reveal these. So from here, let's put these to 30, and maybe from this side, and around 8 seconds, we want that to animating like this and get to 0. And we're going to duplicate this one more time, and then basically just put this to 20, and maybe just shifts the direction. You can even make a direction here differently to, if we want to create that stars look here. Let's get rid of these and let's preview all these together. So as you see in the preview, everything looks good, and we can stylize this more by duplicating hard light layer and add glow to it and animating glow intensity. So let's preview and see how this looks like. So as you see, it looks pretty cool. Maybe it's too bright, so it's up to how we want to stylize this. Just few adjustments to the glow will make it actually look better. And now I want to show you how the logo map can change the look of the logo and how you can stylize it. So let's make two views here, and let's lock this. And here you will see how changing this logo map is changing the look of whole things. So for example, here we can put that to, mixing this or changing like how the pamp is changed, and also here the brightness changing the look of the logo. So maybe here what I'm going to do is on find edges here, if we invert that, everything is changed. And also here the color, for example, here we have basically this yellow here. So if we change this to black, for example, and just like where we want that highlights to appear, let's put this to 0 or to 100. So it's up to you what you want to do with all these. And also here we have on basically this one, they're a little bit like hard there, so we can add fast box blur. Let's put that to 5, and you would see like soften that. So copy these and paste it here as well, changing the look for the whole thing. If we want to soft that, so 4 there. So you get the idea. So changing here, this map is going to change the whole thing for you. So for example, now let's change this logo here. So this is, let's put it to another logo. For example, this one, it will look a little bit different. So here you just need to do a few adjustments to map there. So it's going to look different a little bit from one logo to another. So hope you get the idea there. So this was the tutorial of today. Hope it was very useful for you guys. And if you have any questions, just comment and I will do my best to be responsive. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials coming soon. And thank you for watching.